anyone who knows BMW motorcycles knows the famous GS. Less widely known is that it started as the GS as a clearer designation of its terrain, street, or gelande in strasse in German, design ethos. That vintage style, though, that's what BMW was reaching for in this urban GS, which is why they brought back the slash, the burnt orange saddle, and the 2 splashes of blue across the tank. It's also the last of 5 different iterations of the nineT in BMW's lineup. Speaking of which, if you're thinking this urban GS looks an awful lot like an nineT Scrambler, you've got a key night. It's exactly that, and if you're interested in how this urban GS performs, you should back up a quick step and read this article about the Scrambler and how it feels to ride. A few caveats about the feel, though. 1. The UG/S's seat is noticeably taller, 33.5 inches, to be exact, and more importantly the off-road option tires that you can get, free of charge, incidentally, are Continental TKC 80S rather than the Metzeler True 3 rubber on the Scrambler. And the TKCs are much better. It's still heavy to steer and sprung poorly compared to the original nineT, but it works just fine. Part of it is that the brakes are sharp, the fueling is perfect, and it has an air of quality that makes it satisfying to use. BMW has tackled the emotional motorcycling experience in the same way it takes on any problem, in the most pragmatic and sensible way possible. The snarl from the exhaust leaving every stoplight and the smell of hot oil when you park it, it's all just too perfect to be by accident. Options on the UG/S are pretty typical for BMW, and for the nineT family. ABS is standard while traction control is a $400 surcharge. It's a good option, although the bike doesn't really need it unless you plan on seeking out slippery surfaces. Cast wheels are standard, with the spoked option costing $500. The Urban GS's steel gas tank can be swapped for the standard nineT's aluminum piece for $850 $950 depending on the finish. You can also have an alarm for $400, or heated grips for $250, likely the best money you can spend on this bike. A lower seat can be had for free, too, which will be something to consider for a few UG/S owners, what with the stock saddle being 33.5 inches from the deck. For the sake of getting around, you could be just as well served with the Suzuki SB650, Triumph Bonneville, and basically any other naked bike from Japan. But even if there are a slew of other machines with comparable options and power-to-weight ratios, there is an incomparable quality and feel to this urban GS. Call it a styling exercise if you want, or a fake GS, or any number of other slanderous names. The core of the bike is unique and engaging, and every time I ride one I completely understand the appeal and success of the nineT lineup.